guys! So, after messing around with lights for about an hour now today, I think I finally have it figured out. But on a plus note, I finally got my tripod, and I'm super excited that I'm finally getting to try it out. Today I have a project. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It is something that I found on Pinterest, so we could call it a Pinterest if you wanted, but I'm really leaning towards Mod Podge Monday, since I'm not going to be uploading this video until after midnight tonight. Let me know what you guys think, if you agree with it, if you don't agree with it, which one you like better, whatever the case might be. Anyhow, so I will be using Mod Podge today, which is where Mod Podge Monday came from. And I have some plans for the next month or so where I will be trying to make different homemade Christmas gifts. Something that you guys should be able to accomplish on your own if you wanted to, and yet something that's pretty easy and pretty cool, hopefully, by the time we get it finished. So, today we're going to be making some coasters out of tiles. The pin that I found on Pinterest is just coasters with different kinds of paper. While I was at the craft store, I did decide that it would be kind of cool to try some different types of layers on here. I don't know how they're going to turn out. I did find some pretty cool feathers that I'm hoping will stick to the tiles pretty cool. And with the Mod Podge that I bought, which is, let me just tell you exactly what kind it is. It's dishwasher safe gloss. Then I think it's just in different languages, but it still says that it's water-based. And I got that one just simply because if it is a coaster and they do decide that they want to put it in the dishwasher to clean it up, they'll be able to. It also says in that pin that you should be using a sealant to make sure that they're waterproof. I don't know that that's going to be necessary with the Mod Podge that I did decide to buy, but I'm going to use it anyway just to play it safe. If you guys were to try this and you try it without the sealant, definitely let me know if it works. Comment down below if you guys like this. Let me know what you're thinking if you want me to continue doing videos like this. I'm hoping that everybody will enjoy it because it is coming close to Christmas time. And who doesn't like a homemade gift? I mean, really? Let's be honest. Grandma's out there, all of that, they love that sort of thing. So anyhow, I'm going to get started here. I'm going to set you guys down over here and hopefully get an angle so that you guys can see what I'm doing while you can still see me. Look at that! Okay, so I am going to start out with tiles that I bought with just paper. I already cut everything up so that you guys wouldn't have to wait for me. So I did take a piece of paper and cut it in. These are 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and the tiles are just over 4 inches each way. So I got this nice, you guys aren't going to be able to see it because of the light. I got a nice brown color. I did get 4 different colors of tiles to go with each one of my different plans here. Hopefully, like I said, they all turn out. But this is a darker brown that I got, and then I plan to put this paper on here. And basically what you're going to end up with when you're all said and done is something that looks like this, which I thought was kind of cool and pretty simple and really easy. So I'm just going to jump right in and try and get this going for you guys. I do have some other plans coming up here for different gift ideas. I have been watching Pinterest quite a bit lately. Found a couple of body scrubs, some bath bomb recipes, and I have a plan for something for Thanksgiving, which I realize will be kind of backing up from what I've got right now, but I didn't want to make you guys wait. When I had all of this stuff for this, I wanted to get it going, and to be completely honest, I didn't want to wait because I was pretty excited about it. Probably should have opened this before I started my video, since I can now not get into it. Also, you guys, leave comments. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know what you guys would like to see. If there's something you guys want me to do. If there's questions you guys would like me to be answering about myself while I'm working on this sort of thing. I'm game to hear about all of that stuff. Whatever you guys want to have me do, well, to a certain degree, I guess. I am always willing to at least consider it. Okay, so now that I got that in, or open, you're going to use a foam brush is what it said. I did buy some regular brushes. I may attempt to use one of those too to see if I can get those to work, if it's the same thing, because a regular paintbrush is cheaper, so if it's a one-time deal, you wouldn't have to worry about anything else. You can just throw it away when you're all done. These were more expensive. Another thing I should tell you guys is that I did wipe all of the tiles down before I started. It did say that you should. I should have gotten a bowl. I will return momentarily. So I just grabbed a disposable container that I had laying around the house, and I'm just putting this in here because the brush is actually too wide to fit in the container of Mod Podge. And then what you're supposed to do is just put a light layer of this on the tile. Make sure you guys can see. And then once you have that on there, you are supposed to just take your piece of paper and lay it on there where you want it. Try and get it as centered as you can, and I don't know if you're going to get a second chance because this is my first time doing this too. So that actually seemed to go on pretty easy. I don't know if you guys can tell that it is all on there smooth. There's no lumps, there's no bubbles, there's no nothing. So it seemed to go on pretty easy. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these and get them going. You do have to let them dry. So I'm going to do the other 3 here, and then I'm going to go back and do a layer over the top of the paper because you're supposed to do 3 layers of the Mod Podge over the top of the paper before you spray it down with that sealant, and that is to seal the paper in. But you're supposed to let it dry for a while first. I also don't know if it's going to be something where your fingerprints show up if you touch the Mod Podge. We're going to find out because I just stuck my finger in it. And I will definitely let you guys know if you can see that so that you know how careful you have to be. I don't have a clue how this is all going to play out any better than you guys do unless you're someone who's tried it before. And if you guys have any tips, definitely let me know because I plan on doing these again in the future because they seem like a pretty cool gift idea. It looks like you can get a second try in here if you don't get the paper where you want, but it's probably not going to go down as nice after you've done it once because the paper curls up. Oh, the first 2 went on so easy. Okay, there we go. If you guys see anything else on Pinterest that you guys want me to try, I'm always up for ideas there too. I do love doing the crafty end of the stuff up on Pinterest just because most of it is something that anybody can accomplish. You don't need to have a whole lot of skill. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be good at, well, unless you're looking at food, then you have to be good at baking or cooking, which is something that, believe it or not, I'm really not. It's kind of ironic that my first video for you guys was in the kitchen because that's something that I don't do very often. But as you can see, I didn't do baking. It wasn't a whole lot of skill. I call it refrigerating, actually, because that's what you're using, is the fridge. Okay, so I got that first layer on here. Now I'm just going to come back, and it looks like most of the glue, you can see the streaks, but that might just be because it's not completely dry yet. It looks like it's pretty dry, though. So you want to try and make sure that you get it on there smooth, I guess. I don't know how possible that is. And then I'm just going to go over the top of this, and I'm going to kind of go both ways, because you're supposed to be able to seal this paper onto the tile then. Okay, so that's after the first layer. Now it says to let it sit 15 minutes in between each one. So what I'm going to do is actually, I don't have a clock because I'm actually using my phone to record this, but I'm going to set these aside and I'm going to start working on another one. And I have some lighter tiles that I picked up. Let me just grab them for you guys. And then what I did is I actually picked up some letters. And they're just stickers, and I thought it would be cool just to put the letters on there and then Mod Podge over the top of those. So I just got black, and then I got this nice cream colored tile. And I'm sure that's really noisy for you guys. I've only got 3 uppercase A's, and then I've got 2 lowercase ones, unless there's a second sheet in here. Nope. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 of each. So 2 tiles will have capital A, and 2 tiles will have a lowercase a. And if you wanted to do a different color scheme, you definitely can. You can pick up whatever color stickers you want, you can pick up whatever color tiles you want, and you can do this however you like it. So I'm going to stick that on there, and I'm going kind of diagonal here. So this is what I've got. Oh. And then I'm just going to go over the top of that. Since it was a sticker, I didn't put any Mod Podge underneath it. I might find out that that was a mistake. We're going to find out right now. And I am still going to cover the whole tile in Mod Podge just because it does change the texture on the tile. Oh, yeah, pretty sure you want to put Mod Podge underneath your sticker because it just flew off. And now it's not going to want to stay on. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry. And then we're going to come back and see if it actually stays. I didn't show you guys my small A here. I just did it in the corner just like the other one. See if I can get it to, there you go. Well, you guys can be as creative as you want, and once we know whether these feathers hold up and all of that, you guys can go out and you can buy all kinds of different stuff to stick on these, and if it will stay, it'll be cool. You can have whatever you want then, personalize them for yourself or your friends or your parents or whoever. And it seems to be that if you put the Mod Podge on and then put your letter on and then let it sit a little bit and don't go over it real hard as I knock it off here, they seem to stay in place a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside and I'm going to see if when I go back to my first one here, it has stayed pretty well. Or if it will stay, I should say. Okay. So they do seem to stay once you have let them dry a little bit, which is good news. Alright, we're going to put this coat on here, and then we're going to move on to the next one. And those are the feather ones. So I'm pretty excited. I've got 2 different kinds to do with feathers. I've got brown tile with orange and yellow, and I think red feathers, and then I've got black tiles with bright colored feathers. I'm pretty excited to see how they all turn out. So I'm going to actually find some place to set these other tiles so that I have some more room to work, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I have another brown tile. This one is almost more of an orange tint to it. And I've got all of these feathers. Let me just tip this so you guys can see them all. They are red, orange, and yellow, and they are pretty cool looking. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. Like I said before, I'm not entirely sure that it will, but we're going to give it a try. So I'm going to start out by just putting the Mod Podge on one of the tiles. I'm going to move these out of the way here. I am just going to put a little bit more on this than I did on the other ones, just because I do have to have the time to layer them all in there and figure out how to get them all to lay pretty flat. And then I think I'm going to start out with some bigger ones, and I'm just going to put them on there however I feel they're going to look nice together, and hopefully I get it right. And I'm going to overlap them because I can always go through and put more Mod Podge on it later. So it is something where you can layer them up and hopefully they'll all stay sealed in later on. I'm also at this point in time kind of trying to keep it so that the pretty dotted tips of the feathers are, I don't know if you guys can tell that they are dotted, but I'm going to try and make sure that those are towards the edge of the coaster, just because I think it's so pretty. And you do get a nice combination of larger ones and smaller ones, so you can go back in and fill the holes later. Now, I haven't decided because I haven't finished one yet, but I'm hoping that when I get this all said and done here, with the first layer and I go through and put the Mod Podge over the top, that all of these fluffy ones will lay down enough so that I can go in and add another layer so that you get more of the dots. Just because they give it such a cool look. And right now all of the fluffy stuff is in the middle of mine. So it's either going to be that, or I'm going to learn for my next one to not put them all facing the same direction. And if you want to leave a whole bunch of the tiles showing, go ahead. I mean, there's so many different things that can be done with this. You can just put one feather on it if you want. In fact, I might decide that that's what I want to do on the next one. Do one that's got a whole bunch of them, and do another one that's got just one big feather on it. I kind of think that would look pretty cool. Then I'm on to the next one. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it does look kind of cool. I'm hoping that all of these fuzzies will flatten out so that it's all encased and it just looks like they've been pressed in. But we're going to find out together. Alright, so next time. Alright, so this is number 2 done. There's a lot less fuzzy stuff on this one. Alright, move on to the next one. I'm sure you could probably even do, if you wanted to do a Christmas one of these, you could probably do something with tinsel or glitter. I do have a Twitter set up now. You can go and find me. It's Chatty Chelsea. But you'll be able to track me down and say, hey, you know what? I would like to see this. Do you think it's something you could accomplish? Do you think that it's something that you could try on your channel? And if it's something that I think is possible, I definitely will. I'm a person who's not very easily put off by something. I do tend to try until I figure it out. I've had mishaps in the past, and I've just worked at them until I could make it happen. I mean, not everything on Pinterest is possible, and I realize that, but if there's going to be a way to figure it out, I'm probably going to be a person who can do that. And if I can do that for you guys, that'd be awesome. Okay, so this one I left a little more tile, and we're going to see what it looks like when we've finished. Or when I get it finished and I have everything sealed up. There's a gap here, and then there's another one over here. You can probably see the light shining off of it, and there's some up in the corner here. And we're going to see how that works. See if we like it one way better than the other, or whatever the case might be. Alright, so this is the last one for this set. Really like these colors together, especially since it's fall and all the colors and everything outside are changing. Actually, we're past that here. I'm in Wisconsin. I don't think I've mentioned that. And it is currently really cold, and we got about 3 inches of snow yesterday, which I'm not a fan of, so boo-hoo, Wisconsin. But, we did get some of the colors, so I guess I can't complain too much. Alright, so I think I'm going to stop here on this one. I might decide to go back in if I can find a nice red one in here, which it looks like I can, just because I feel like I didn't put as much red in this one as I did the other colors. Now, this is either going to be really awesome or it's going to be disastrous. Let's hope that it's really awesome. I think you're going to find that you have to go in the direction of the feathers just so that it doesn't end up looking like a knot. And I'm right. All of the fluffy stuff is kind of like hair. So when you go about putting that glue on there, you want to try and fan it in whatever direction you want that to lay, which I don't know how that's all going to work. We'll see how it turns out. But otherwise, it tends to look like a big rat's nest. Gotta be honest with you guys, I don't know that I'm going to like this once it's all done. At this point, it kind of just looks like a big mess. But we're going to try it anyway. And we're going to let it dry, and we're going to see how it turns out. I will show you guys this, although I'm hoping that it doesn't make anybody tune out, because it doesn't look very appetizing right now. Once that glue dries, it should dry clear. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm showing you right now. It looks kind of gross. But hopefully once the glue dries and you get another couple coats on, it'll be encased in that, and it'll still end up looking cool. So I'm going to move on to the next one. I know that I'm going to end up fast forwarding through all of this stuff, so I'm not going to say a whole lot just because I don't want it to be something where I cut out something important. If you guys have any questions about anything that you see me do during that time, definitely just comment and I'll answer any of the questions that you have that I can. But for now, I'm just going to be quiet and I'm going to go over all of these and see if these turn out any better, because these do have less fuzzy stuff on them. So hopefully it'll all work out okay. Okay guys, I'm going to take off again for just a second here, move these over to my other area so that they can start to dry, and then I'm going to try and figure out a way of maybe cutting all of the fuzzy stuff off of these, because I think that it'll turn out better if I don't have all of that extra stuff on the feather when I go to glue it on the tile. So I'm hoping that that'll fix this, because this doesn't look very nice right now. So we'll see how that goes, and then I will be back as soon as I figure out if that's something that I can even do, okay? Okay guys, I'm back. So I got all of my feathers out, and I actually cut them all and decided that they probably weren't going to be enough to cover all 4 tiles. So I went back and used those orange and yellow and red ones, and I cut them the same way. So now all of my feathers look like this. There is no, I don't know if you can see, there's no fuzzy stuff on them. It's just the nice flat part. I am going to try and put orange, red, and yellow towards the bottom, since this was supposed to be one that had more different colors. It was supposed to have reds, pinks, blues, stuff like that. There were red, orange, and yellow in there, but now there's going to be more of that color than anything else. So I'm going to try and use those towards the bottom just so that the colors do all show. So I'm going to start by just doing like I did last time. I have black tiles for this one. I think I already told you guys that, but just in case you've forgotten or I didn't say it, get my nice little layer there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start sticking these on just like I did before, but hopefully it'll end up looking way cooler. Okay, so this one turned out much more flat and much more colorful. You can't really see the dark blues and stuff on there. But I'm hoping that I'll have enough feathers so that I can go through and fill some of the blank spots yet. But because I don't have as many feathers as what I was expecting to have, because I did cut them down, I want to make sure that I have enough for all of the tiles first. But now I'm going to go through and try and do another layer. I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to add some more feathers wherever I feel like I should. Okay guys, I'm just going to go through and do another layer of the Mod Podge over the top of the other ones that have already dried, because they are supposed to sit for 15 minutes, and then I will check back in with you once I have a second coat, possibly a third coat on all of them, to let you know how they all look and how they're all going, and then finish them up. I will see you guys later. Okay guys, I'm back. Now I put 2 different types of the coasters in this box so that I can use this adhesive spray that I got. This is that sealant that I was telling you about. There's definitely other kinds out there. If you know of one that works better than the one that I decided to get, let me know. I'm just trying this out. This is the first time I've ever gotten it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray these one time over. You're supposed to try not to stop moving the can, and you're supposed to try not to stop spraying and then pick it back up again, because it'll make it look lumpy by the time you're done. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Forgive the noise. I'm sure it's going to be loud for you guys. I'll do my best to get it done as quick as possible. Or maybe I'll just turn the volume off. We'll see how bad it is when I go to edit. Alright, here goes. I'm not sure that that's supposed to come out like that. I'm gonna cut for a minute, check this out, guys. I'll be back. Okay, guys, so it turns out that that spray that I got was actually an adhesive and not a sealant. So it kind of looks cool on the one that I did with the paper just because it added some texture. I think I got lucky, but I'm happy I stopped where I did because it adds a texture instead of a nice glossy finish. So if that's something that you're interested in achieving, you can definitely go out and buy something like that and then just spray it on there like that. I was a little bit confused. It kind of looked like it was coming out like silly string. Not sure if you guys were able to see that or not, but that's why I was like, I'm going to go and check on this because it didn't look like it was coming out in a nice, even layer like it said it was supposed to. So anyhow, I would suggest just getting this Mod Podge that I got and using that. It does say that it's dishwasher safe like I told you earlier, but I did think about this after the fact that we're going to be putting felt on the bottom of these so that they don't scratch up the table or, you know, whatever surface you put them on. So you're probably not going to want to put them in the dishwasher because that felt is going to be adhered to the bottom of it. I do have the feather coasters drying yet. I did apply an extra layer of Mod Podge to each of those just because they do have so much sticking up from them. So I'm going to leave those to dry a little bit more, but I do have the ones that have those letters on them, and I'm going to go and grab those, and we're going to try and put the felt on those. We're getting close to the end here. I can't wait to cut some of this out for you guys. I'm sure that if you had to watch this whole thing, you would be as exhausted as I am. I started this early this afternoon, and it is now after 9 o'clock at night, and I'm still going on it. So it has been a task, not gonna lie, but I also hadn't done it before, so I wanted to figure it out with you guys, and I think that I have learned a lot, enough so that I can tell you guys kind of what I would suggest and what I wouldn't. Also enough so that if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you. I'm gonna go grab those other coasters and get started on the felt, but I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I just bought some Fabri-Tac for my glue for on here. It does say that it's fast drying, so you may want to make sure that you have all of your stuff ready to go. I have, for these letter ones, I have black felt to go on the back of them. And I'm just going to put the glue on the tile. This is not an easy thing to apply. It says it's quick drying, but I think it's drying in the applicator before I can get it to come out. So if any of you have ever used this before and have a tip for me, again, share it down below. Any help is appreciated. I'm going to go check on my feather coasters and see if they're ready to be flipped over, if they're dry or not. And then I'll be back with you guys again. Okay guys, I just went ahead and put the felt on the bottom of all of these without being on camera. It was something that was just taking a little bit too much time and effort. But I wanted to come back and show you guys because there is a whole way that you're supposed to tie these all up according to that pin on Pinterest. So I have a bunch of different colored ribbons and stuff here, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie some of these up. I don't know if I'll get to tie all of them up today because it is getting really late and some of them might not be dry in time, but we'll find out. Now I just got to find the end here. Look at that. And then I'm just going to stack these up however I want them. And then you're just going to make sure that you have enough ribbon so that you can tie it up, twist it around, so you've got it going around all four edges. Alright. Realize you guys can't really see what I'm doing because I just hid this from the camera on you. But I will pull it back up for you guys in just a second. So I'm going to turn this a little bit more, guys. What I've got is all 4 of them face down, stacked up perfectly with the ribbon, and then you're just going to take it and twist it. Pull it tight, and then flip the tiles over, just like when you do a gift. And then you're just going to go ahead and tie it with whatever kind of ribbon you want. Or, not ribbon, whatever kind of bow you want. And then if you want to clip your ends so that they aren't quite so long, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to actually go at an angle here and do both sides. So all said and done, you have this cute little package. I'll go ahead and do some more for you guys, and I'll show you all of them when they're all said and done. So you guys can see how all of them turned out, what color ribbons I used. I don't know if you can tell that this is like a burgundy, pinkish, red colored ribbon. But that is what I have, and it's on the cream with the black, and I thought that that would be really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and get the other ones done for you, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Alright guys, so here's my finished product for all but one of them. That adhesive spray that I ended up spraying on the other set isn't drying as fast as I would like. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to give you guys an update on those. If I remember to take some video of it, I'll put it in one of my other videos for you. But I have a feeling that it won't be dry by the time I'm done editing this. So I'm guessing you won't be able to see those all wrapped up like this. However, I can show you. Here, let me just hop on over here. Oh, don't mind my bag of garbage. This is how they turned out. And I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but there is like a film over the top of them. Oh, you can see it over here. There's a film, and it's sticky right now. It's not, it reminds me of rubber cement. That's what it reminds me of. And it's not dry yet. So I don't want to stick them all together and have that stick in the felt and all of that. But I'm probably just going to tie that up with a cream ribbon. So I appreciate you guys all watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to go over my garbage some more here. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys might be willing to try it. If you do try it, like I said earlier, I do have a Twitter set up for myself now. So feel free to send me something, Chatty Chelsea. So you can tag me in it, whatever, and then I would love to see the finished products. I hope you guys enjoyed it, like I said. Now I'm being repetitive, and I think I need to stop recording for the day. I am considering, let me just turn the camera around. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you that I am considering doing videos more than once a week just for the holiday season. If that's something that you guys would like me to do, definitely let me know. Like I said, comment below, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!